We've been talking to nothing right
Peter.
now. God fucking. Oh
Peter.
my god, Christopher, that was really funny.
Why do you do this shit, Peter?
Dude, I just woke up.
Peter, how long have you been doing this for, Peter?
Oh god, too long, too fucking
All right,
long.
Peter. We have a let's start over.
Oh,
Hey, we have
hey,
a podcast today. We have
podcast.
audio for that said
Crumbs. We got
podcast.
crumbs today.
Wow,
Whoa,
crumbs, Peter.
Christopher.
Peter.
Disconnected. Oh god,
Oh,
oh god.
oh, no!
Oh no!
What happened? This is a horrible experience.
Oh
Hello,
god.
we back?
Hmm.
Are we back on everything? I
Yeah, we're
see
good.
the stream's playing. What
Yeah.
the fuck is going on? The Lord and Savior, fucking Peter Fur, doesn't want the fucking podcast.
I want
to
the
play
podcast.
today.
I do. Rail.
You know what?
Rail doesn't want us to talk about his bad game. That's the problem.
Yeah, I swear to God, they're hitting us with a cease and desist live.
Damn, that's crazy. They're
Wow.
DDoSing us. That's fucking wild.
You know what, Peter? The shitty quality of today's podcast fits the shitty quality of last night's playthrough.
That is absolutely fucking correct, Christopher. Holy shit, that was awful.
Peter, there was a lot of shit that was happening last night. Peter, what happened, Peter?
That was a very interesting game that felt like it started off really strong and then it really disintegrated into just another slop horror game co-op experience.
There was a lot of fun with. Well, okay, let me explain this though. Right, there was a lot of fun with that game, but most of it was because of the beginning with the glitches.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And when they patch those out, it'll be less fun.
True. Yeah. I mean, like, I'll be honest. Overall, it was a fun experience, but like that ending really killed it. Oh my god. Like, we had to sit there and update the game, which then in turn crashed my OBS.
Yep.
Hard.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, Christopher.
What?
Start from the beginning. Tell the
story of the game
one more time. We'll go all Spider-Man on it.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Well, tell us about the game, Christopher. Tell us. Please.
Oh, okay. The game. All right. So, Fears to Fathom Ass Creek or Ass Crack, I should say. Fears to Fathom Ass Crack is a game where you and a friend. Well, it doesn't have to be a friend. I wouldn't consider me and Peter friends.
Yeah,
we're
of course
acquaintances.
not. No, we hate each other.
Where you and an acquaintance can sit there and play a classic Fears to Fathom experience. And there was a lot of good premise. On paper, it sounds really good. Unfortunately, the game really got set back by its lack of development time, it seems.
Yeah, which is crazy because I think it took like a year to develop this one.
Yeah, I mean, I get he was probably new at doing like multiplayer games, which is fine. Yeah. I wasn't really upset about anything about the game except for like the last chase scene, like where you have to run. That entire section is so bad. They did character respawning if one of us got caught like separately, which was like that's nice and all, but like I don't know how I feel about that either.
Yeah,
like that's new. I like that and don't like that at the same time because usually traditionally, if one person fucks up in a game, you guys both die. So that's new. It seemed less like a story game though at that point and something like Outlast Trials. Like it's kind of weird.
Good.
I like the texting in the game. The texting back and forth was pretty fun.
Was funny, yeah.
Except for the parts they purposely made it so you couldn't. The texting was super funny. Actually, like I want to say most of my enjoyment came from when we were separated and just texting back and forth.
I liked when the guy was in the room and you were like, "Stop fucking texting me. He's gonna hear it."
Oh yeah. You know what's funny? They cut it off there. Oh, I guess it made sense. The situation I was talking about where they cut it off because we were in a basement. But like that situation was funny because I was sure I was gonna get caught. So like I had to like sit there and text you a quick, please stop. He's in the fucking room. God. Well, overall, like 5 out of 10.
Yeah. No, the story was really interesting. I like the concept. Like the concept of the story overall is like it was super compelling, but man, it just really was like Like, and I know that's the point because it's a horror game and it's talking about real life horror. Holy shit, there are just some fucking racist ass people in the world, man. Like, my god, it is insane.
I wonder what year that game was supposed to take place in.
It could be any year. It really could be like recently, or it
Well, no,
could
they
be.
got those old TVs and shit. They got the tube TVs.
Yeah, true. But they had
So,
cell phones though with like clicking games.
oh, they did have smartphones. That is super weird in and on itself.
Mm.
Why is that a thing? Why do they have a tube TV but they got
I
smartphones?
think that in turn is to like hide the true nature of it. Because when I went to go look at the guest book, because you didn't do the guest book section, I had to do that. Every date was like 20x, 20x, 20x. It didn't ever specifically say like, oh, 19, 20, 21 or whatever. Like it didn't say any of that sort of thing. So it was all hyper acutely specific to like just trying to keep it ambiguous, which I guess is good because I mean, if it wasn't ambiguous, then that'd be a little weird. That'd be
What
like
what did you I'm sorry. Go ahead, Peter. This is my bad.
I was gonna say, you're probably wondering what I put in the guest book because I had to go sign it.
Oh yeah. What'd
Yeah,
you put in
I
there?
said this place fucking racist. Don't fucking come.
Don't fucking come here. I thought you were gonna put like this house is bitching.
No, no, that would have been great though. I should have done that, but that would have been not the truth because it wasn't bitching. It was scary and racist.
You're right. That was like horrible. Like that part of it. I felt objectified.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't
which,
know.
which I guess that's the point. But like, fuck me, it really is horrible that that type of shit exists in the real world
Well,
nowadays.
you know what's crazy? Like playing the game and like that going on at all times, I felt like I was in more danger than you.
Yeah, yeah,
And like that's
absolutely.
I mean, they do a good job, I guess, at doing that. They're
Yeah,
making you feel like an outsider or whatever. Like they're trying to do in that fucking shitty Onion Town. But like I felt horrible sometimes, like especially like going to the gas station
hmm.
and like when that guy started going off, I was like, oh my god, I feel like he's gonna try to kill me.
They fucking when I went to go get a drink of water downstairs in the inn there, the old woman was like, "How dare you go through the basement?" And she like fucking jump scared the shit out of me, and that's why I was right upset. We gotta go. You something happened. Oh my god. But I in my review because I wrote a review for Steam, I was like, I would have loved if the game was more direct with like not necessarily holding your hand and trying to like tell you, hey, go hide in certain places or hey, go do this. I really don't like the trial and error elements of like horror games when they put you through chases and then you have to kind of like do because that's how it felt because you didn't get anything specific guiding you to those coffins downstairs, right?
No, no, not at all.
And see, that's the problem. I feel like that was a weaker part of this entry is that like there's no element of like, oh hey, these are the like, oh god, you were being chased downstairs, by the people, so maybe you got to go hide in the coffin. Then you remember, oh yeah, I should probably hide in the coffins, Peter. Oh my god, we got to do that. That would have been.
Yeah, it's like it's super weird too, because when I was going through like those tunnels and stuff, that was the last like room or whatever to like check out, and like it got to the point where I started skipping a lot of them because they're in the tunnels. I started going through the first few side tunnels,
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, well there's probably nothing in these like at all, just bullshit. So I literally just ran through completely. So I had no idea about like that side room.
That's fair.
So when we were running at the end there, it was like I thought we had to go back all the way through the tunnel and we had to go and hide in the fucking casket, which mind you is shittily built. And like when if someone's in there already and you go into one of them, you can see that person clear as day in the
Oh yeah.
casket. So how come these guys couldn't see us in the casket? They're so broken up, you can easily see somebody in there.
Yeah, I and I wonder if that was like actually what happened in like real life, or if that's just a gameplay element, liberty. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if that was a liberty that they took with the story.
I don't know, man. All I know is that it was really annoying for it to be a game where sometimes the checkpoints are like super spaced out. So when
Mm,
the game glitches, you soft lock, which like I think we soft locked like 3 times.
yeah,
It's such a pain in the ass because you have to start like huge sections over again, and it's just not even worth doing.
yeah. I feel like there was a lot of dialogue we skipped eventually because it was just like fuck it. And I feel like half the time too, whenever we would like, we didn't even need certain items, but like when we had certain items and like we would put them down, they just fucking disappear. Like the suitcase when we were first arriving at the hotel.
Yeah, I wonder what the speed run is to like beat that game. I wonder if it's like actually an hour,
Probably.
because like
Yeah,
it says it's 2, and I think it took us like 5.
it took us 3.5, I think, actually.
Because like I feel like it had to go to 4.
No, no, it didn't. It was like 3.5 hours.
Wow, it felt so much longer
did
because
feel a
at
lot
the end it
longer.
was such a fucking drag.
Yeah.
We spent an extra hour and a half basically because we were fucking around and then having to restart. That's an hour and a half of wasted time.
And then we took a break for food too. It was just, oh god, that was a rough one. It was fun to like play a game. It's fun because we haven't played a game in God knows how long together. But like, God, also at the same time, that was an awful game to start.
That was an awful game. And I really love the Fears to Fathom.
Oh yeah, what up, badass? Welcome in.
Welcome to the fucking Crumbs.
Welcome to
What a
Crumbs.
weird time to start Crumbs.
I know this is our earliest Crumbs so far.
This is early. I don't know if we should do it this early.
Yeah, you're right. I figured I probably am not gonna have any time later, so fuck you guys.
You know, we probably should have just did it last night.
Yeah, that probably would.
We should have did this.
That
Well, I
would've
mean, you
been-
were busy though. You didn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
But like, it would have been awesome to do that.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed in this one. I was hoping it would be a lot better. You know, I've been waiting for a while. And the thing that sucked is I never got to play the original ones. I edited every single game, so that was always something that was like really sucky about it.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah. No, I feel that.
oh man,
I just they really should probably just go back to doing single player experiences
yeah.
because they got popular for a reason.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, there's a couple in there that are not, great, but there is some great ones in there. You know what I mean?
the one that's centered around where we live, that was pretty cool. The Woodbury Getaway.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. And I think this is definitely the low end of the totem pole. Definitely, probably their worst game yet.
Yeah, and that's really rough to see. And it's crazy. There's a lot of other ones that have cropped up, and they don't hit that level of quality. I don't know if it's like necessarily that bad though. Like, because I played a couple of like the spin-off like random bullshit ones that like people make just because Fears to Fathom did so well, and they're not great. They really feel loose and boring as fuck. Like Terrors Untold or whatever the fuck it's called. That one's not fun. Some of the other ones, they're just kind of like, I don't know, they feel very janky. But this felt like one of those games, but not to the same quality. It was still pretty fucking rough though to play this one.
You know what also is a huge issue for me?
Mm.
I really hate that the game is super like, let me hold your hand, and you have to go to A to B. Like, for an example, that chase section, the invisible walls were fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna like lie. If you're going to do that type of shit, point me in the direction where I have to go. If you really want me to go in one direction instead of doing the invisible walls bullshit, because we literally died like 20 times before we even got to the very last part where it was ridiculous.
Use just like if you're gonna do it, like you could do it the cheesy way. Just do like, God, we gotta get out of here. Go downstairs quick or some shit. You could have had them scream that. I mean, I would have obviously given away the location in like it would kind of ruin the immersion, but at the same time, it's like, how are we supposed to know that we had to do something? How are we supposed to know which way we were supposed to turn and this and that? Because the first time we finally got the coffins down, it was like we thought, oh, okay, now let's go run into the tunnels that you were running through and go to the church. And then it was like, never mind, fuck you. And then we died. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope. I'm sure it would have been a lot better if we played it with like everything was fixed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But like, oh my god, please don't drop your game if it's that broken.
Yeah.
And like what they should do for game design in the future is at least have some options to how to approach a situation. That very last part when we have to run in the car, the fact that there's only one space that we can go through, like we cannot go in any other direction except for this direction, like forward. That's the direction. You can't go around the other side of the house or anything like that.
Or give the
And
ability
like
to
I
like
hate that.
sneak. You know, there's momentum instead of just running directly to the fucking car, because like realistically speaking, that would never be something that would occur. You know.
Well, what's the point of having a crouch button and having a sneaking mechanic if I have to just spurt my ass off?
Yeah.
I just, oh no, I didn't like it. I especially didn't like the invisible walls up the ass. I hate when I feel like I don't have a choice of what I can do. Like I literally just have to do what the game wants me to do.
James, hello.
Hello, James. Welcome to Crumbs.
Welcome to Crumbs.
We're talking about disappointment as always.
No, I feel like it was a rough like and this is one of the reasons that I get very like touchy on like co-op horror, because I feel like most of the time co-op horror doesn't work in a lot of capacities, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's very difficult to keep the scares up and keep something tense and like scary, you know, in terms of like a game, because it's very hard to like, you know, because when you're with a friend, it's like, oh, the atmosphere can be a little funnier. You can crack jokes and stuff. How do you keep that tension existing? You know what I mean?
And the only way they can do that is to separate you constantly.
Yeah, and I feel like that was like, I feel like that's good. It doesn't. I don't know. I feel like I would have liked to have been able to have seen like two different gameplay styles or something like that, and because now if we want to know what each other experienced, instead of just like running back together and telling each other what happened, now we've got to play through the entire game again just to be able to see that experience, and it's like
really trying to hit that replayability is crazy. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's like if your game is 100% on the fact that it's horror based, then maybe you don't do co-op, because there's not a whole lot of games that can even like scare you in like co-op, and most of the times it's only when you're like by yourself when that's going to happen anyway. So that's why they separated you all the time. It's kind of like the Resident Evil effect, where like Resident Evil was scary up until like the 5th game, and then you know you're with somebody always, so the tension is just immediately, you know, normal. You're not frightened to turn in a corner because you're gonna have backup.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of games, what they'll do too is that they'll just give you the, I refer to it more in the Outlast sense of like, there's a horror game where you're basically unable to do anything except just get caught. Like that annoys me when there's no option to do anything that could possibly maybe give you an edge, even if it's just once or something, so that way there's like a grace, you know, kind of thing maybe. So that way if you're a little turned around maybe or something like that. You know, like best example. You remember Friday 13th? Like the game, the shitty fucking,
yeah.
I love that game. As janky as hell as it is, I love that game. And I think that one of the big things for me is I always like the idea of like, there was a perk that let you spawn with a pocket knife. And the pocket knife let you get away from Jason, let you get away, give you an opportunity to like get your bearings, possibly, you know, get a weapon to defend yourself against instead of just instantaneously fucking dying. And I feel like these types of games need some element of not necessarily hand holding, but like some level of like at the start, or like when there's a chase or something like that, give us the opportunity to not just get loud noise jump scare and then die. I feel like.
Oh yeah, I hate that formula. I mean, I'll be honest, I really hate the you have to run and hide type of horror games. I just kind of accepted it with Fears to Fathom because that's literally its shtick. Yeah. But it isn't like constant run. You know what I mean? They have the scares until you have the big like chase scene, so I was okay with that. I'm less okay with games like, I like Outlast, so that's a bad example, but games like Outlast and Amnesia where you can't do anything, just run and hide. I've always never been too big of a fan of that. I always preferred the games where you can fight back.
That's just a lot of like mascot horror you're basically thinking of at this point.
What, the run and hide formula? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they all pretty much do that. I always hated it. I don't know. When you take away my ability to even do anything. Like your game could be scary and allow me to do something about the threat. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just a little picky when it comes to that, I guess.
Agency is important when it comes to games like these, but too much agency can also be an issue too. Look at fucking Poppy Playtime Chapter fucking 5. That shit was just, oh god.
I don't think I saw that one at all.
It was not fun. It was not a fun experience. I played that game for 13 hours straight. God, man, that was just.
I've heard a lot of that game is not a fun experience.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, that's I don't know. What did you didn't even? What would you rate Fears to Fathom? This new chapter,
like a
Schitt's Creek,
like a 4 or 5. I think there's good game design. I think there's interesting enough ideas, and I think the overall premise is cool. And I like the fact that it kind of links back to the 3rd chapter, somewhat. But also at the same time, the gameplay elements just kind of hold it back. The cracks in the formula are starting to show, I think, a lot more, and it's just not interesting to play in some capacity. You know, it's just got a lot of problems.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Get your bag. You know what I mean? Like, it was popular, so keep pushing them out. You know what I mean? But like, if it's at the point where the quality is just going down, maybe stop. Maybe do something else. Try something else.
Yeah.
I mean, your game stood out, and it's awesome. But we don't need like the Call of Duty effect when it comes to games like this, where it's just kind of the same formula every single time but slightly different, you know.
And don't just make multiplayer, like, just because you slap multiplayer on a game does not make it automatically better. Like, that's a big thing I feel like a lot of devs run into, is like, you know, if a game if you add the ability to like have proximity, that's another really annoying thing for me. I don't know about you, but I hate proximity chat in games. Mainly just as an editor, I hate proximity chat, but like in general, sometimes proximity chat just hinders more than it helps, because I feel like there's times where you need to communicate, and if sometimes a game cuts you off from being able to communicate, then it's like, what it's, you know what I mean?
So my thing is I feel like I would be more okay with prox chat if it was for the fact that if they let you call each other on the phone. Because like I thought at least this game was very good with the whole like you can text back and forth aspect of it, because texting has been like a thing in that game. I just really think it'd be cool if you could call each other on the phone when you're separated. Make it a mechanic maybe where if you're on the phone and your partner talks and you're next to somebody, they'll kill you, or like some shit. Like I feel like they could have done really well with it. I would have also appreciated if they did kind of like a way out feature where like maybe you could do like a FaceTime and then you can see what your partner sees. Like, I think that'd be cool. I know that's asking a lot, but like being able to see each other's perspectives during the game would be really fun personally, instead of doing the whole, oh, you know, replay the game again as the other character type thing.
The one thing I would say I would never want to see the game dive into is like puzzle mechanics. I never want to see that come, because at that point you're just a mascot horror game, and that's basically.
Yeah, I don't want to see that come. I just want to see you come.
Oh my! If you're coming, let me see it.
If you're coming, let me see it.
Let me see.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's hard to balance, I think, and you know, maybe if he does another multiplayer game, it'll do better. But I feel like the Fears to Fathom games function better in a capacity of just solo dolo sort of games. You know, like as shitty as it may be sometimes to try to get an AI to move with you, or maybe there's some bugs and glitches, I think it's more forgiving in the single player aspect than the multiplayer aspect, because then it causes frustration, because maybe if you do something but you don't mean to and it's a bug or a glitch, then you get pissed at your partner, but really it's just like, it was a weird coding error or some shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, it's also like the puppet combo situation, where like, even though like those games are really popular, really fun, but like you don't really hear about them anymore, and they just kind of degraded over time. It's like the same things happening with Fears to Fathom, and you can't let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like Poppy Playtime also was like degrading with each chapter. You know what I mean?
You know, it's tough, I think, to keep an IP going, and I think sometimes it's just a matter of, this works, so why would you want to get rid of it? Kind of thing?
Yeah, just like I said before, get your bag, fuck it. You know what I mean? If it's selling, make them. And like, I don't want to be like overly mean about like how the game turned out, because I'm sure if we played it when it was in a better state, it would have probably been a much better experience. But there were also still fumbles within that in terms of the game design, on top of the glitches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's my opinion on Fears to Fathom Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, that was an experience. That was an experience to say the least.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 IGN.
No. IGN probably will give it a 10 out of 10 to be honest.
It's got positive reviews on Steam. People are liking it.
I definitely did not leave a positive review. I left it's fun. It's just not good.
Well, it was nice to see some people who complained about the problem that we had about like the dying 20 times at the end of the game.
Yeah. Like I said, I think in single player it's a little more forgiving, but multiplayer, no, that's just kind of annoying as shit.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you think of the whole like respawn mechanic too that they were doing?
I didn't mind that. I thought that was fine because it could have led to a moment where, like, you know, if you're already halfway through the specific section, you know, then you end up being like, oh, now I gotta do that all again because you fucked up. I mean, I think that removal of being tethered in some aspect is good, but it also can be a little detrimental. But I don't think it's as much a problem for me personally.
Right. I'll be honest. I zoned out when you were talking there.
That's great, man. I really appreciate
that. There's just a certain amount of length I'm able to like keep in my brain before it just gets let go. I'm pretty out there. I'll be honest. I medicated myself 3 times.
Okay.
And only one of those I shared with other people.
Damn, crazy. Not sharing your meds. What the fuck, Christopher?
Huh? What? I already did twice by myself. I'm gonna do it a 3rd time by myself? What? Who am I?
Where are you?
Dude, no, not for nothing. Like, this is so off topic, but like being a loner stoner just kind of sucks. It's fun, but sucks at the same time.
That's why, Christopher, you gotta move back to New York.
Why? I got people here that medicate with me.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, because don't get me wrong. See, like, I love sitting there bobbing my head in the music and stuff while I'm getting, you know, medicated, but yeah, there's times I like conversation.
This is the best example. I just was checking my email really, really fast. Happy's Humble Burger Farm. Do you remember this game?
No.
This was a really cool horror game. I edited the entire game. Oh, damn, it's free, actually. I edited the entire fucking gameplay loop for Droid. And I gotta tell you, it's a really interesting story. It's a very unique horror game with some interesting mechanics and such. And I think it's definitely worth a play. My issue is that they're now making another game, but it's just a multiplayer friend slop game where you just cook burgers and try to not fucking die.
How much? Oh, you say it's free though, right?
The original game is free right now.
But the new one's gonna be like what, $20?
Yeah, it'll probably cost like $10. I mean, if I'm to assume, this would probably be like $5 to $10, I would say, if it's not.
Wait, the original's Friend Slap too?
No, the original was a great horror game. This is a very great horror game. It's a little funky, it's a little weird, but like
But the original's Friend Slap too?
No, this is not Friend Slap. I wouldn't say this is Friend
Slap. The original is not Friend Slap.
No, this is a single player experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, so is the remake?
No, it's a multiplayer spinoff.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. So, all right, I almost got lost there for a second. I'm back on it. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. I'll be honest. I like Friend Slap games.
Oh, same.
I mean, if you can, yeah, like I'm a huge fan of Friend Slap games. I'm a huge fan of that. A lot of them will go on sale for like dirt cheap, and it's like a nice experience for you and your friends to do for like a couple hours, and maybe go back to sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
If you count games like Repo as Friend Slap, I love going back and playing Repo all the time. You know what I mean? I like Friend Slap.
Would you consider Fears to Fathom Shit Creek a fucking Friend Slap game?
Would you consider licking my ass?
Okay. All right.
Beaner.
My feelings later. Christopher.
I wouldn't call it a Friend Slap game. No, not at all.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Christopher, I think that's really all we can talk about with Fears to Fathom Schitt's Creek. Anything else you want to add on quick before we end off?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm due for at least a locker room joke. So I mean, I at least like give me some time to cook, man. I think the game would have been a 10 out of 10 instead of running through a basement. You ran through like a big corridor locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
That
great.
was a really weak joke. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a weak.
It
one.
was really weak, but I just wanted to mention a locker room. What's another joke I can make? What's,
you know what
what's
else
another
is weak?
shtick that we got?
Weak with me and the knees in the locker room. Oh, shut up.
All right, Peter. Maybe both jokes don't have to land.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right. Well, I got nothing. Okay. Well, chat.
Oh, you got a whole lot of something in the locker room. Oh! All right, baby. I'm back.
Oh, all right.
I'm back.
That's it.
I'm gone. I left.
We're leaving
It's
the bakery.
closed.
We're closing again. We broke in. Now we're closing again. Thank you so much for watching, chat.
Who keeps breaking in?
It's
Windows
us.
are expensive.
I know. We really need to stop. We need to stop fucking buying glass. Why? we need like rubber glass. We need rubber.
We need rubber gloves.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what's also rubber, Peter?